Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are going to talk about week 11 and all of the fun that it brought. This week was no joke, very emotional and all the things. So we started week 11 and everything was great. We decided finally, my husband and I, that we wanted to do a gender reveal. We are on the same page for longer than a day and we both want to find out the gender. So that will be coming, but it's not until sometime in October. So I'll keep you posted and you'll get to see that video. In terms of symptoms, I'm really not going to cover that in this video because there's just so much else that happened. Symptoms have pretty much been the exact same as the last video, which I can link up here if you want to watch that. On Friday of that week, I was emailed the lab results that I had taken from the week before in week 10 with my OB. I opened up the email on my phone and just scrolled through everything and it said everything was in range, which there were like 30 some odd results that they gave me. But everything said it was in range, so I didn't think too much about it. However, I did scroll down and I saw that progesterone was on there, which, you know, has been one of the things that I had stopped with the progesterone and oil a week earlier, and the level was only 8.7. That seemed really low considering I should be 10 weeks pregnant. I would think that it would be higher. Now again, I'm not a doctor, so I have no idea. Went through the rest of the day and everything was fine. Saturday comes around. My husband had left. He was just running on out of town for the day with his friend and then they were coming back, but I don't know. It was that I was alone and I just let the little thoughts creep in and I lost it. All this was to me was just definite attacks of the enemy, just filling my head with all these things of your body's not working, you're not going to handle this pregnancy, you know, am I going to lose the baby? I mean, I jumped down a rabbit hole and I did not bring a ladder to get me back out of it, and I cried pretty much all day. I do have a clip from that day. I will insert it and just share with you my real thoughts. I also have an update from Monday that I'll play right back to back because they kind of fit in line with together. So I apologize, looking a little rough this morning, but I just wanted to come on here and be honest that today is just scary. I got my 10-week blood results back from my OB and I saw that my progesterone level was only like 8.74 and that seemed super low. And so then I started Googling and everything that I saw said that it should have been at least 11, and I actually went by my fertility doctor and asked them, like, you know, if that was normal, and they said, well, it seems a little low, but if your OB's not worried, then we're not gonna worry about it. I'm like, I don't even know if my OB has even seen this. So I tried to call and no one called me back. And so now I'm just scared because now it's Saturday, it's the weekend. And again, everything that I see online, even on the lab results, the chart that it provides you, it says that it should at least be 11. I'm not spotting, I don't have pain, but I'm just scared that it's too low to support. Now we've been without it for a whole week. We haven't been doing the shots, so I'm hoping that everything is still okay. I called my fertility doctor and I'm waiting for them to call me back. And hopefully, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want somebody to tell me. I feel like I get more anxious as we get closer to another ultrasound and start just getting really worried because I know I did it when we went at our 6-week and 8-week appointments. Just the fear and the anxiety going in there that you're not gonna hear a heartbeat or that the baby's not gonna be growing, it just takes over. And then once you hear the heartbeat and say, baby's right on track, it's like, but then as soon as you leave and you go back into the next one,
you're right back there. And that's how I am right now, because we don't have an ultrasound for another week. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be the longest week ever. I will keep you posted. I hope everything's fine.
Hey guys, so I have an update. Not that it's any better than the last one that you saw. Talked to my nurse this morning from my OB's office. One, I misread the results and they never actually checked my progesterone. Two, why the progesterone levels from back in January when we initially did all my blood work were included in this results. I have no idea. Would love to talk to the person who emailed that out. However, yesterday I got a second email that had additional results in there that said I was at an increased high risk of having, or of the baby having, trisomy 13. I immediately Googled like what that is and, you know, all the things, and did not find anything good and immediately closed it. And I said I lived all day Saturday in a rabbit hole that was so dark. I wasn't gonna do it 2 days in a row. So I waited until today when I talked to my doctor, and her nurse practitioner, my doctor's out of town, so I talked to the nurse practitioner, and they have now referred me to a high-risk pregnancy specialist. Wrote in my prayer journal today, and I was like, why? Everything seemed to be going so good, and I was always holding my breath, waiting for the other shoe to fall. Why? Am I ever going to be able to relax and enjoy? Am I going to be able to relax and enjoy this pregnancy at all? Or am I going to be holding my breath the whole time? Just testing me, and I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing. I feel like my faith is not strong enough, that I'm disappointing God, and it's a lot. And it doesn't help that you're pregnant and you have all of the hormones going on. I feel like I have cried more in the last 3 days than I probably have in a whole year. It's been rough. We went through the first 10 weeks, sunshine and rainbows, and right now we just have a little storm cloud over us, and we'll get through it and everything will be fine. I do trust and I do believe God's watching over us. He has been with us so far. There's been so many things to show me that. My faith in him has not changed at all. He knows the plan for us. He knows the plans for this sweet little baby. And I have to trust his timing and just trust his plans for this. There's reasons for everything. That is where we are. It's been a rough couple of days, but just wanted to keep you guys updated and just ask for your prayers. As you saw, those days were hard and so emotional. But one of the biggest questions that my husband and I had throughout this when we started getting those results was, what happened? I know that the PGTA testing is not 100% accurate. I think I mentioned that in one of the prior videos that I'll see if I can find it and I'll link it. But I know that that wasn't 100% guarantee, and you know, that's one of the fears that you have going into this, is just because you have a normal embryo doesn't mean that everything's going to be fine. And just, is this a false positive? Are we worrying for nothing? At the time, I didn't think I was going to get in to see the specialist in for like 2 weeks. It ended up getting moved up into Wednesday. So just going through that, it was nerve-wracking because it was moved up so fast. Like literally a couple hours before they wanted me to be there, they called and said, hey, can you come in? It was overwhelming, but as I'm driving, this is where I say, like, God just moves in big ways. And as I'm driving over there, I'm nervous. I'm starting to get scared and just teary-eyed. And every song that came on the radio was just something else that was calming me back down, letting me know that he was right there with me and that he wasn't going to go anywhere. Like, he was going to be with us in that room the whole time, the whole day. So it just gave me a little sense of peace. In that, we did do an ultrasound. This is like a very special ultrasound, and so we didn't get to actually hear the heartbeat, but we did get to see it. It was beating, and I think it was beating at like 173 beats per minute, so that was good. Measurement-wise, baby measured right on track. At this point, I was 12 weeks, so, or right at 12, measured right on track, so that was all good. I knew that the tech, when she stopped and was trying to measure like the fluid, I think on the back of the baby's neck, the baby was just kicking around so much, rolling around and just kicking its feet, and which is so crazy because I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, is it like really doing that, or are you doing that? And she's like, no, it's the baby. It's just rolling around and moving around a bunch. And I was like, it's going on inside of me right now, and I can't even feel it. Like, that's crazy. It's just mind-blowing to me. So that was just so special though, because the ultrasounds that we did at my fertility doctor were so fast. I mean, as soon as you saw the baby and saw the heartbeat, they were basically done. And so you didn't really get to see or spend time like that. But we got to spend so much time watching the baby just roll around and just move and move its hands. And it was so special just to watch it. But again, the baby was moving so much, poor tech girl was having trouble getting all of the measurements that she needed because the baby wouldn't calm down. So she got to that part and she had to just stop and just wait for the baby to just kind of settle down. And I just kind of stopped. I felt like I stopped breathing because I knew what she was measuring for, and I didn't know what the measurements should be. I was just praying, like, please let everything be okay. So we didn't get definitive results, but all we got was, I don't see anything in addition that would raise additional red flags. I'm assuming that's as best as we're gonna get right now. She said the measurements that they did were all measuring normal. They gave us different options. They said that we could come back in a couple of days and do a CVS test. That's basically where they go in and they take a sample of the placenta. I'm not a huge fan of testing just to test, and if everything measured normal, I didn't see the point in this. So we go back in 4 weeks whenever I will be 16 weeks pregnant, and we'll do another ultrasound, remeasure everything, and that will give them a better idea because the baby will be bigger. Again, the baby was still so tiny that it's hard to get all the right measurements right now. So we're gonna go back and do another ultrasound then, and depending on what those results are, she recommended that we could possibly do an amniocentesis. Again, if everything looks good, I'm not a huge fan of testing just to test. So that's where we are. I seem very okay with it right now. It took me a few days to get to this point because I was in just a cloud, and I wasn't responding to a lot of friends. I wasn't really responding or calling my family because I just needed time to process and just pray, because that's what I've been doing the most is praying and just talking to God about it, just thanking him. I said it before in a video, just thanking him for every day that he has blessed me to be this little one's mom. I don't care if I only get 3 more weeks with it, or if it's born and I only get 2 days with it, or if I get decades with this sweet baby. I don't care how long I get with it. I'm just grateful for every single day, because every day is a blessing with that. Because that is the one thing that I believe, is that this little baby is a straight blessing from God, and nothing will change that or change how I feel about it. I don't care what the results are. God's the only one that knows what's going on. He's the only one that knows this plan, because it's his plan. And I just have to trust him and have faith that no matter what the results are, he is going to give me everything that I need, tools, communication, mom skills, whatever it is that I'm going to need, and my husband that will need to take care of this baby. He's going to give us that. He's going to be there with us 100% of the way. So I have finally come to, I guess, a peace about it, that I'm not worried because I know that God's on our side. Now I say that, and I say that because I'm not trying to be naive and think, oh, nothing's going to happen, everything's perfect. I'm well aware that there is still a chance that something could be wrong, but I'm not gonna speak that kind of life over my baby. I'm speaking life and love and joy and happiness over this pregnancy and over this baby, and that is all I can do. So I am choosing just to have faith that my incredible Father in heaven is watching over us, and he's working everything for our good, because that is what he does for those who love him and seek him, and that is what we're doing. Again, that's where we are. I hope you found this video helpful, or at least liked hearing about what's been going on. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Click that little subscribe button. So I did want to share one of the little pictures. So there's sweet baby. There's his little hand. So we did get a lot of fun little profile pictures that we hadn't really gotten before, so that was fun. Next week will be the workout video that you guys were asking about, so I'll show you what I've been doing, the options that I'm doing, the things that I'm scaling back, and all that kind of stuff. That is it for today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care and God bless.